So right here, I have cut the skirt to the desired size and length that I want. And as you can see, there are two pieces here. There's a longer, or rather a wider piece, and there's a shorter piece. The shorter piece is the front and the wider piece is the back. The total length of this skirt is 23 inches. This is very important to consider because it's going to be the determining factor for how you're going to cut the inner piece. So because it is 23 inches, I am going to cut the inner piece into 22 inches. I'm going to cut the inner piece 22 inches shorter than the main skirt itself. Mind you, if you want a longer skirt, you can cut the skirt to be longer than 23 inches if you want. This is just a sample piece that I'm using to make a different kind of skirt. So I am here laying the lining or the inner piece for my skirt, and like I said, remember it's going to be shorter than the main skirt. It's going to be an inch shorter. So I'm setting it down to base. Now the shortness should come from below and not from the top. Note, this shortness comes from below and not from the top. So I'm measuring it just to make sure it is 1 inches. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this piece right here. I'm going to do the same thing for the back piece. The reason why I'm taking time to show you every single step is so that you have a mental picture of what you're supposed to do. Most times explaining won't work. You need to have a visual picture so that you can work with it. I notice you learn faster with pictures. So this is me cutting out the folding off rather the 1 inch off before I proceed to cutting the lining. I always tell my clients, please just trust your journey, be patient, stick to the rules. If you try to follow any shortcuts, you wound up coming back, having to loosen the entire project and start over again. So just be patient, follow the rules like you're told, and cut. Whatever alteration you do, it might mess up the entire project. So just make everything identical and you'll be fine. Right there, you can see it's shorter. So I'm going to go ahead and join these pieces, but I'm joining it from the base first. So I'm going to start the joining from the bottom. So right here, this is me showing you the joining from the bottom. I joined the front piece first, and as you can see, I'm just going to go ahead and iron it, but I'm folding it so that you can see why we made that lining shorter than the main skirt. So if you see this, then you're right on track. That is the 1 inch you want to take out from the skirt. So heads up, if you make your skirt 17 inches, for instance, just know that the actual length of that skirt might end up being 16 inches because you're going to take out 1 inch. So if you make your skirt 32 inches long, just know that the actual length of that skirt is 31 because you're going to fold it inwards. So I have joined the bottom of the back as well, and then I joined them from side to side. So from the skirt, the main skirt, let me explain from the main skirt. I joined the left side and then I joined the right side to the right part of the skirt. So these are the excesses, as you can see. I'm showing it to you so that you will have a mental picture of what I am explaining. So right here, I'm just joining it at the top, you know. Once you join it at the top, you just see that beautiful 1 inch fold at the bottom. I'm so excited, to get the results that I'm seeing right here. So before I go ahead and iron, I'm ensuring that the hip allowance that I measured is accurate. So if my hip measurement is 40, I am measuring it to make sure that it is a 40-inch hip allowance and waist allowance as well. So I'm just folding it so that you can see that you're already close to finishing the project right here. Like I said earlier, it's really easy to make. There's no specialty to it. You just go through with the rolls. I've cut the front of the skirt, the band, so I'm going to add this peplum to mine because I want mine to have a different look. I have a lot of pencil skirts in different variations, so I wanted to add a peplum to this one, just to give it a different vibe from the others. Now the back zip that I want to show you, it might be a bit technical, but if you listen you'll get it right. The way you can install the zip of this project, this particular skirt, you can sew it in such a way that it will be hidden. Both the finishing and the zip won't show. Just the center of the zip will show, but not the body and not the joining. So, but that's a little technical. So I'm not going to be doing that in this project. I'm just going to stick to the one I explained to you earlier. But I'm just folding it so that you can have a mental picture of what I'm saying. So if you fold it inwards like that and you iron it, then you turn it inside and sew the zip into the joining of these two fabrics together. It will be so neat, so neat. I do this usually with my blouses when I want to do a front zip for maybe a woman that wants the zip in the front of her blouse, or a breastfeeding mom. So I've gone ahead to join the back, those openings at the zip allowance point, and this is what it looks like. So I want to turn it inside out like so. So you just have a very big wide skirt, so this is pretty much everything you need to do to make the skirt. The last thing you need to do now is just iron it and install the zip, close the band finally. Usually closing the band is usually the last thing. You must install your zip first before you close the waist of every skirt you're making, unless of course you're making a kind of different project from what I am doing. But this is how I make my own pencil skirts. So I'm showing you thoroughly so you can have a good view of the skirt. So what is left for me to do now is just iron it, and you'll see the final results. So here I have joined everything, both the band and the peplum, and I was so happy with the result I got. This is the skirt. Very easy, like I said, maximum 2 hours you'll be done with this project, unless of course you're the kind of person who takes her time to get her stuff done. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you feel like there are things you didn't get or you want me to explain furthermore, just drop in the comment section below. I'll be here to answer every single questions you have or any suggestions. Thank you so much for watching. I will be seeing you in my future videos. Thank you. Bye. Mwah.